lot of you contending teams, Bub, like yourself, was probably hoping I beat Chris, which didn't happen.
Doesn't really matter to me. My team's good enough to beat anyone. So.
Oh, wow, strong words there.
Yeah.
All right. So Chris is up to 7-4. He stays alive. He for the division. A loss by him or a win by me the rest of the way, I clinch. So, but he's still alive. And then the next game, which we can just kind of skip right through, the Loggers against the Alerts. Loggers beat the Alerts 89-57. Who cares? The Loggers goes up to 4-7. He is now a couple games ahead of Peril and Alerts for the end of the division.
I think Peril has 2 wins, I think. And I think Alerts has 3.
Right, so I think at this point it's between Alerts and Peril for the end of the division. Good for Loggers. He's put 4-7. You never know if he ends up with 6 wins or something. That's not too shabby for his rookie campaign.
No, not bad.
Finishing out strong there. The next game, again, we can go right through it. The Yellow Peril against Handy Quacks. Peril sucks. Handy Quacks 124 points, which almost was the most points in the week. Bob, how's he doing this?
I don't know. He just picking up garbage off the waiver wire heap and putting them in, and they start producing.
Yeah. Well, good for him. Finishing again. He's basically playing the waiver wire free agent game with a lot of slots in his starting lineup, and he's hitting on some, missing on some. But for this week, he seemed to hit. So good for him. Good for Zach. Next game. Now we get into the ones that really kind of counted for something. Soul Glow versus yourself, Bubblegum Shrimp.
Yes.
You had another good game. You beat Soul Glow for the second time this season, 126-83. Bub, what transpired?
I told you my team is just too good. I don't see myself losing.
You're not going to lose another game.
That's what I'm going to say.
Okay.
You heard me say it.
Well, you've won 7 in a row now. So with my loss, you're now, I guess you can say, the new hottest team in the league. You're scorching hot, Bob.
Oh, yeah.
You're scorching hot.
Oh, yeah. Jalapeno hot, baby.
You lost Gronk,
like
though.
a chili pepper!
We're losing it here in Riverdale
Yeah,
Studios.
Gronk's gone.
Yeah, what was Sergio Brown doing? He's the one that came off the edge.
What's Sergio Brown's middle name? Sergio Nathaniel Brown.
You calling him an assassin?
Yep.
Oh,
killed my fantasy season, even though I'm not going to lose.
Well, he's trying to go in to block that all-important 59th point.
Down by 30. Good.
Gronk's kind of like, yay, and all this, he stuck his arm out kind of weakly, and Brown goes in like a friggin' bat out of hell.
Probably had a fucking knife in his, in his hand or something. That fucking
Don't say it.
Squid.
Don't say it. Well, we'll see.
What was I going to say, Eric? What do you think I was going to say?
I don't know. Soglo goes down to 6-5. Kind of an important loss for him, but he's still, in it. Bubba, you're at 8-3, still at the top of the division, technically in a tie with Brutal. So there you go. And Bubba, you were mentioning offline that we got a couple of, matchups coming up. All the contending teams are really kind of going up against each other.
Yeah, there's 4 games left in the regular season for us here in the Dynasty, and of the 5 or 6 teams that are fighting for the spot here, I'm looking at yourself, Heaney, myself, Brian, Phil, and Brandon.
Yep.
Those 6 all play each other.
Two of
the 4, so there's two matchups between so no one has
a cakewalk.
4 easy games. Everyone has to play 2 important games, inccling this week.
Right. Some teams have more than
some
2,
have 3,
at least 2.
So right. So it's definitely still wide open, especially in my division. We're only separated by 2 games, the 4 of us. So anything can happen.
Anything can happen. We probably should have saved that for the segment with the next week's matchup thing. That would have made more sense.
That's okay.
We're spitfiring here.
Yeah, we're just like a ghost chili.
So the next game was the Rockdalian Senators up against the Pig Newtons. Big win there for Phil. We mentioned last week he really needed this game. He took care of business, 114-68. Nice game there by Des Bryant. He started the right quarterback, Bub. Tony Romo, 17. Matt Ryan, 2.
It's true. That was a good start by him.
Did you notice Phil's logo for the week, Bub?
I did. Jillian's.
Yeah. See who he's playing?
Jillian's.
See who he's playing, Will.
Uh-huh.
Get it? Get it?
I get it, because Will wasn't there.
Will wasn't there.
I see the irony.
Next game there was the I should say Phil goes up to 7-4. So Will 3-8.
Hey Phil, great job this week.
Next game was that's nice of you, Bob.
Yeah.
Next game was the last game there. Hong Kong up against the Brutal Deluxe. Brutal Deluxe.
Oh, well, let's hold on.
Oh,
I need to
pump
pause.
the brakes.
I need to pause.
Here we go.
Forgive me if you were going to get into this later.
I was, but that's okay.
Okay. I think Brandon is a fuck turd,
Ooh.
and you need to fucking relax. Okay. It was what time was it when he proclaimed he was a loser? Like 1:30?
Yeah.
It was before the 1 o'clock games ended.
Yep.
I think it was definitely before Andre Johnson scored the overtime touchdown.
Oh, definitely.
It was probably 3 o'clock.
It may have been the biggest overreaction.
Unbelievable.
Negatively.
Even if he
Not a good thing.
Even if he lost, he would be 7-4.
Yeah.
Still in second place in the division.
One game out of the division.
I-
Still technically would be in the playoffs if the season ended.
And he has a tough schedule. So what? You're 7-4, and you're going to sell your season? Are you kidding me?
But the thing is, though, is that you're thinking he was serious. He's full of shit.
That was
at no point, he overreacted and said what he said, but he didn't mean it. I called bullshit on it right away, and I called bullshit on it all along the way. And you know what? I've confirmed that it's bullshit because I attempted to make some trades with him as if he is a seller, and they did not happen. And I'm not the only one who feels this way, obviously, but you feel this way, and an unnamed coach who I didn't, get approval to go on record here, but he said, quote, "I am annoyed at Brandon. I'm going to pick a random hour and stop by his house and waste his time." Unquote.
But then he's going to know who it is.
So Brandon is, causing some turbulence here, and I don't know how it may affect him as far as trade negotiations in the future.
I hope he loses every single game for the rest of the year.
I want to say he's probably the league villain at this point.
I'm going to start calling him Jeff.
Wow. I agree. I think it's horseshit, and I don't get it. And then I was going to mention the whole thing that he sent out last week about his projections and how CBS projected him to score so many points and all that, but I don't even want to go there.
You know what? I'll give him real quick. I'll give him that. That's a legitimate gripe.
Yeah.
That's got to be annoying. Projected to score 130 a week, and you end up scoring 70. I can say that was actually pretty cool statistics, Brandon.
Yeah.
So congratulations for that. But otherwise, fuck you.
Stop everything. Seek shelter. Run for the hills. We have ourselves breaking news from the world of the Dynasty.
Trade deadline time, Bob.
Trade deadline time, Eric.
Like I said before, thank you for repeating me.
Just in case they didn't hear.
We do have an echo, apparently, in here.
We do.
We have 2 trades to announce, and looks like we just got 4 come in during
our
rant on Brandon.
Yes, our assistant Becky just came in.
Thank you, Becky.
And thank you.
Take off your bra.
And she gave us 4 more trades because the trade deadline is coming, Eric.
Yes, it is. And speaking of Brandon's rant that we just partook in, what we noticed something else on the Gamecast, Bub. What was that on the Gamecast that you were just reading that Phil was joshing at Brandon?
Well, that's a good word.
Thank you.
Last night, the San Fran-Chicago game.
Which was Monday night.
Monday night game. Yeah, sorry. Monday night game. Phil says, and I quote, "Fucking Gore has -4 yards rushing. Fuck it, I'm a seller." 7 minutes later. 3 minutes later. Oh, wait. Now he's up to 9 yards. False alarm, not selling. 7 minutes later. Kendall Hunter with a score. Boy, I can't catch a break. I'm selling.
Good stuff by Phil. Good stuff. His dry sense of humor gets us every time.
Nice job, Phil.
Good job, Phil.
Hey, that's the second compliment I give him
You're
today.
complimenting Phil twice today.
Yeah.
Are you feeling okay, Bob?
Yeah, no, I'm trying to. I don't want to burn bridges. Trying to mend my fences.
We mentioned you're scorching hot. Are you sure you're not coming down with a fever?
No, I don't think so. I am not. I'm more like a banana pepper as opposed to a ghost chili.
I don't know what that means, but let's go ahead and get to the trades. I know all you are on the edge of your seat with your fingers up your assholes, so let's go ahead.
It'd be tough to do.
It's really not. I've tried it many
No,
times.
yeah, I guess
you got
if
it.
you sit right, yeah, you
twist
could, okay.
twist it.
Yeah, no, yeah, I could. Yeah.
No, twist it, Bob.